What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new video where we will analyze the title race after Manchester City dropped points against Chelsea, and the title race is in Liverpool's hands right now because Liverpool are now 4 points ahead of Man City. Man City have one game in hand, so even if they win that game, which could be the Brentford game, at the Man City Stadium, they will still be 1 point behind Liverpool, and Liverpool absolutely have to beat Luton and Nottingham Forest before we play Manchester City in the league. And if Liverpool can get some of their injured players back, and if Liverpool can beat Manchester City in the title race, then we will have the control in this title race, because Man City still have to play Arsenal, they still have to play some of the really top teams in the league. I think they still have games against Aston Villa, Manchester United. Brighton away is not going to be easy for Manchester City. And they also have to go to Tottenham, which is a stadium that Man City don't really like playing at. So I'm not saying that Liverpool will win the title, but we have a great chance. And imagine if Liverpool had a fully fit squad. I think we would be champions if Liverpool had a fully fit squad all season. Man City have a fully fit squad and yet they couldn't beat Chelsea. We will analyze that game as well. But how do you see the title race unfolding? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. So Man City had 31 shots and yet they had fewer shots on target against Chelsea than Chelsea had against Man City from 9 shots, which is remarkable that Chelsea hit the target 6 times from 9 attempts and Man City only 5 times in 31 attempts. And Erling Haaland is not as good as last season, and Man City are not as good as last season. Man City defensively especially are not as good as last season. They don't keep as many clean sheets, they concede more goals than Arsenal and Liverpool, and Man City still have the most amazing squad and they still have the best attack, but they are not as convincing as last season. And thank goodness, because last season Man City was untouchable. Last season Erling Haaland overshot his expected goals by 7 goals en route to breaking Luis Suarez's goals record in the Premier League in his first season. But this season he undershots his XG, his expected goals, by like 0.7 or something like that, and that's significant because that means Erling Haaland scores around 7 or 8 goals less than last season from the same amount of equal opportunities, same amount of chances. And yes, Man City dominated possession as expected. Man City dominated the game in terms of shots, but in terms of clear chances, Chelsea actually had the more clear chances. Raheem Sterling could have scored a hat-trick, and yes, he still scored a brilliant goal after a great back heel by Nicolas Jackson releases the wing play of Chelsea, and then Nicolas Jackson runs forward, he gets the ball into the right wing channel, and Raheem Sterling unmarked at the far post. He actually takes a bad first touch, Raheem Sterling, but then he cuts it back onto his right foot. Kyle Walker is sent to the shops, and then he curls it past Walker's leg and past the goalkeeper Ederson. And Ederson wasn't convincing again. And nobody really wants Man City to win the title. That could be 4 Premier League titles in a row. 4 league titles in a row is unprecedented in English football. Nobody has ever done it, I think, before. So I don't want Man City to be the first team to do it, especially because they have the 115 financial fair play rule-breaking charges hanging over their head. And you know, Rodri comes up with another clutch goal. Rodri is such a clutch player, he's the definition of that. And what is absolutely remarkable is Erling Haaland had 9 shots against Chelsea. Erling Haaland had as many shots as the Chelsea whole team had put together, and from that 9 shots he had 1.6 XG, so he should have scored at least 2 goals. But he only hit the target twice from these 9 shots. He missed 3 big chances, and Erling Haaland missed some absolute sitters. And basically, he was so angry after the game, he shoved the camera away because the camera was focusing on Erling Haaland. Because if Erling Haaland just had a half decent performance, not a great performance, a half decent performance, Man City would have won this game, because Erling Haaland missed so many big clear chances. He had only 2 shots blocked, so the others shots were either off target or the goalkeeper saved it. And he had like 2 or 3 absolutely gilt-edged opportunities where he had a free header in the 6-yard box and he completely misses the target sometimes, or a free shot in the 6-yard box and he completely misses the target. I thought Disasi was the best defender of Chelsea. He was absolutely imperious at the back. And also Raheem Sterling had a great game, Nicholas Jackson had a great game, Cole Palmer was a little bit more quiet than usual, but Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, I thought, marshaled the midfield pretty well. And yeah, Man City couldn't create as many clear-cut chances as they would have wanted, but they still had enough opportunities to win this game. The most important thing is they didn't. Chelsea hung on for a draw and they were leading for a large period of the game. From the 42nd minute up until the 83rd minute, Chelsea were leading. But even a point is a good result for Liverpool and Arsenal. Arsenal ran out, I think, 5-0 winners against Burnley away from home. So now Arsenal actually has a better goal difference than Liverpool, which is a little bit annoying. But still, Arsenal are 2 points behind Liverpool, and Liverpool are absolutely flying. The only worry for Liverpool is the injuries. But if Jota and Jones are out for the season, that could be a huge blow for the title race. But I think Liverpool, even with these injuries, have a great chance because, as I said, we have the momentum, and Man City got a big dent into their momentum and their flow. And this Man City team hopefully won't put in like a 15-16 game winning streak at the end of the season. Well, they can't. They have 14 games left. So hopefully they won't win all 14 games. But yeah, this Man City side are below par in terms of their consistency. Last season they had a similar points total to this season, but last season Man City went on a crazy winning run at the end of the season. And this season, hopefully they won't, because they are not playing as well as last season. They are not firing on all cylinders. There are cracks showing, and of course they lost some of their most influential players. Mahrez, Gundogan, and Erling Haaland are also not scoring as many goals as last season. And bear in mind, Erling Haaland is still the top scorer in the Premier League with 16 goals, but Mo Salah is a close second with 15 goals, and Salah has the most goals and assist numbers with 24 goals and assists combined. And now Watkins and Kieran Trippier has the most assists in the league, but Salah is third in the assist charts with 9 assists, which is absolutely remarkable. From Liverpool's point of view, I think we are in a great position because we should beat Luton, and after that we have 2 cup games, the Chelsea League Cup final and the FA Cup game against Southampton, and then we have the big Nottingham Forest Liverpool game before the Man City game. That comes 1 week before the Man City game, and I think Liverpool have to go to Nottingham Forest and win that because we need to beat the smaller sides, and we have been beating the smaller sides consistently. My only worry for Liverpool is we haven't beaten a top 4, top 5 team apart from Aston Villa at home. We lost to Arsenal, we drew to Arsenal at home, we drew to Man City away from home, we also drew to Man United at home, we lost to Tottenham in very controversial circumstances, of course. So yeah, out of the top 6, top 7 teams, we have only beaten Aston Villa at home 3-0, but that was a very convincing result. Hopefully we can change that. If Liverpool can beat Man City somehow at Anfield, and we have a pretty good record against them at Anfield, this is the key game, March the 10th. Liverpool have such a long injury risk list. Man City have some injuries, just to correct myself. Guardiola and Jack Grealish are missing, and yeah, Liverpool have a good record against Man City at home. We have beaten them twice in a row. I mean, in the Premier League we have beaten them last season 1-0. we have beaten them in the Community Shield, but since then we lost to them in the League Cup, and then in the Premier League last season we lost to them away from home. But this season we got a draw against Man City, and we always play Man City at the Etihad in the second half of the season usually. So this season it's a good change that we play them in the second half of the season when the run-in in March is starting to heat up, because as I said, we haven't lost to Man City in the Premier League since 2021, and that was in empty stadium during COVID. Otherwise, Liverpool with fans in the stadium, we almost never lose to Man City, and hopefully that run will continue. I think even a draw might not be the worst result after Man City dropped points, but in all honesty, I think we need to beat Man City at Anfield if we want to win the title, because Arsenal are getting stronger since they have beaten Liverpool, since they had that awful patch where they lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup, and before that they had two losses in the Premier League in a row. Since then, Arsenal have won every game. The good news is that Arsenal's Champions League campaign starts in the knockout stages, so they will have a lot of games coming. But yeah, they have a lot of winnable games in the Premier League, Arsenal, until they play Chelsea in the middle of March, and then they have a tough run. Until then, they will probably win every game in the league. They have Newcastle at home, Sheffield United away, Brentford at home. But then they play Chelsea at home, Man City away, then Luton at home. Okay, that's winnable. But then they go to Brighton, they play Aston Villa, they go to Wolves and Tottenham. And also they close out the season with Bournemouth, Man United and Everton. Especially the Man United away game. That's notoriously a very difficult ground for Arsenal to go to. So even though Arsenal are 2 points behind Liverpool, I'm focusing on Man City and Man City's results. I'm not too worried about Arsenal, because I don't think Arsenal will win every game between now and the end of the season. I think they will drop points in the likes of Tottenham away, Man United away, Wolves away, Aston Villa at home, Brighton away, Man City away, Chelsea at home. These are the games where Arsenal will drop points in. I just have a feeling. Jamie Carragher said that this result, that Man City drop points, will give confidence to Liverpool and Arsenal, and believe that they can take Man City down to the wire in the Premier League title race. Every single result, every single point counts. That's why it's so frustrating that sometimes the referees robbed Liverpool of points. Yes, yesterday, when Andy Robertson barged into Ivan Toney's back, Brentford should have had a penalty. But Liverpool should have had a penalty when Diogo Jota was dragged down. The standard of the Premier League refereeing is just absolutely awful. There were some controversial decisions in the Man City-Chelsea game as well. I don't want to go into that too much, because then this video would be just impossibly long. Jamie Carragher said it's for Liverpool and Arsenal, it's belief. There's still so long to go. We know when the run-in starts. March and April is when it really hurts you a lot more, when you really drop points. I disagree. It hurts in any game that you drop points. Even if you drop points in September, it hurts, because the other teams are just so good. Man City know that this Liverpool side are almost as good, or maybe even better than the previous Liverpool sides. If we didn't have this many injuries, we would be absolutely flying. Michael Richards said that Chelsea were outstanding. Erling Haaland missed chances that he usually scores. Liverpool and Arsenal, that will just give them a lift. I don't think it will knock Man City's confidence too much. It's clearly opened the title race. Man City will be disappointed for sure. I think they would have thought they could have got a result today. And yeah, I think that the title race is in Liverpool's hands. Still, you never rule out Man City. You never write them off, because they just have such an incredible squad, an incredible manager, incredibly pumped up by oil money, or the oil state sports washing project. I think it would be the perfect send-off for Jurgen Klopp to win the Premier League title in his last season. So I will be cheering Liverpool on every game to try and make that happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.